Hey everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story that sent shockwaves through the maritime community and marked a somber day for the Royal New Zealand Navy. It's the story of the HMNZS, a state-of-the-art vessel designed for complex missions, which met a tragic and unexpected end off the coast of Samoa. This isn't just about a shipwreck. It's about a brand new, advanced ship, heralded as a technological marvel, succumbing to the unforgiving forces of nature. How could a vessel equipped with the latest navigation and hydrographic survey equipment run aground and sink? That's the question at the heart of this story, and we're going to piece together the timeline of events, explore the circumstances that led to this disaster, and look at the dramatic rescue and the challenging aftermath. This incident serves as a powerful reminder that even with the most advanced technology, the sea always has the final say. So, let's get into the details of the final, fateful voyage of the HMNZS. First, let's understand what made the Manawanui so special. Commissioned in 2019, she wasn't a warship in the traditional sense. Her official designation was a dive and hydrographic survey vessel. Think of her as the Navy's ultimate multi-tool. She was built to map the seabed with incredible precision, conduct search and recovery operations in deep water, and support military divers. The vessel was packed with cutting-edge gear, multi-beam echo sounders, remotely operated vehicles, or ROVs, and a decompression chamber for divers. She was a significant investment, replacing two older ships and representing a leap forward in New Zealand's maritime capability. The name Manawanui itself means to be brave or steadfast in Ambori, a fitting name for a ship designed for challenging tasks. She was a symbol of pride for the Royal New Zealand Navy and a crucial asset for its operations across the vast Pacific. Her loss wasn't just the loss of a ship. It was the loss of a unique and vital capability. The Manawanui was in Samoan waters for a specific purpose. As part of a broader mission to strengthen regional partnerships and provide maritime support, the ship was tasked with a hydrographic survey. This means she was meticulously charting the seabed around the island of Apolu. This work is incredibly important for creating accurate navigational charts, ensuring safe passage for all vessels, from small fishing boats to large container ships. The waters around many Pacific islands are complex, with volcanic formations, reefs, and changing depths that require constant monitoring. The Manawanui's mission was to update these charts, a routine but essential task for a ship of her caliber. She had been operating in the area, contributing to maritime safety and supporting Samoa, one of New Zealand's key partners in the Pacific. It was during this important work, in the early hours of October 5th, 2024, that the mission took a disastrous turn. At approximately 2 a.m. local time, the unthinkable happened. HMNZS Manawanui ran aground on a reef near the southern coast of Apolu. The ship, designed to map these very hazards, had become a victim of one. The initial impact was severe. The vessel was immediately stuck fast on the reef, and the relentless pounding of the ocean swell began to take its toll on the hull. The crew, trained for emergencies, sprang into action. They sent out a distress call and began assessing the damage. But the situation was deteriorating rapidly. The reef was unforgiving, and with every wave, the ship was being battered, causing significant structural damage. The crew's priorities shifted from saving the ship to saving themselves. The decision was made to evacuate. All 75 people on board, a mix of Navy personnel and civilian contractors, had to abandon the vessel they called home. The rescue operation was a swift and coordinated effort, a testament to the crew's training and the support from the Samoan authorities. In the dark of the early morning, the crew deployed the ship's life rafts and began the evacuation. Local Samoan police and emergency services responded immediately, dispatching boats to the scene. The conditions were challenging, with the vessel perched precariously on the reef in waves, making the transfer of personnel difficult. Miraculously, and most importantly, every single person on board was brought to shore safely. There were no serious injuries reported, a remarkable outcome given the circumstances. This successful evacuation under pressure is a credit to the professionalism of the Manawanui's captain and crew. While the ship was lost, the lives of all 75 souls were saved, and in any maritime disaster, that is the ultimate success story. With the crew safely ashore, attention turned to the stricken vessel. But the Manawanui was in a fight she couldn't win. For 3 agonizing days, she remained on the reef, continuously battered by the relentless swell. Salvage experts were called in to assess if the ship could be refloated and towed to safety. Hopes were high that this advanced, multi-million-dollar asset could be saved. However, the ocean had other plans. The constant stress on the hull proved too much. The ship began to break apart. Images from the scene showed the vessel listing heavily, its back broken, as it slowly surrendered to the sea. On October 8th, 3 days after grounding, the HMNZS Manawanui slipped off the reef and sank into the deep waters off the coast of Samoa, taking its advanced equipment and national pride with it. The sight was a devastating blow to the Royal New Zealand Navy and the entire nation. The sinking immediately raised a critical question. What about the environmental impact? A naval vessel carries significant amounts of fuel, lubricants, and other potentially hazardous materials. The Manawanui was reported to have around 200,000 liters of diesel fuel on board when it grounded. A major oil spill would be an ecological disaster for Samoa's pristine reefs and coastline, which are vital for local communities, fishing, and tourism. In the days following the grounding, containment booms were deployed around the vessel in an attempt to capture any leaking fuel. Surveillance flights monitored the area for signs of a major spill. While some sheening on the water was observed, a large-scale environmental catastrophe was, thankfully, avoided. Efforts quickly pivoted from ship salvage to environmental protection and long-term monitoring, a complex and costly operation that would continue for months, highlighting the hidden costs of such a disaster. So, how did this happen? How does a ship designed to map the ocean floor run aground? This is the central question of the official investigations launched by both the New Zealand Defence Force and the Transport Accident Investigation Commission. While the full findings will take time to be released, several factors are likely to be examined. Was it human error? A miscalculation in navigation? A moment of inattention? Or a misunderstanding of the available chart data? Or was it a technical malfunction? A failure in the ship's advanced GPS or sonar systems that gave false readings? There's also the possibility of encountering an uncharted feature, an underwater rock or reef that simply wasn't on any existing map, which is, ironically, what the ship was there to look for. The investigation will scrutinize the ship's logs, crew testimonies, and all available electronic data to piece together the moments leading up to the grounding. The outcome will have profound implications for naval procedures and training. The loss of the Manawanui leaves a significant capability gap for the Royal New Zealand Navy and for New Zealand as a whole. This wasn't just another patrol boat. It was a unique, strategic asset. Her ability to conduct deep-water salvage, support disaster relief operations, and perform critical hydrographic surveys across the Pacific is not easily replaced. Building a replacement vessel is a process that takes years and costs hundreds of millions of dollars. In the interim, the Navy will have to rely on allies or charter commercial vessels to perform some of these tasks. But it's not a perfect solution. The loss impacts New Zealand's ability to project its presence, support its Pacific neighbors, and protect its own vast maritime domain. It's a strategic setback that will be felt for years to come, forcing a major rethink of the Navy's future fleet composition and operational priorities. The sinking of the HMNZS Manawanui is a story with many layers. It's a story of technological failure, of human drama, and of the raw power of the ocean. But it's also a story of professionalism and resilience. The successful rescue of all 75 crew members is the single most important part of this narrative, and a testament to their training and courage. The incident is a sobering lesson for navies and maritime operators worldwide, that no matter how advanced our technology becomes, the sea remains a formidable and unpredictable environment. The inquiries will eventually provide answers, and those answers will hopefully lead to changes that prevent a similar disaster from happening again. For now, the Manawanui rests on the seabed, a silent monument to a mission cut short. Her story will be remembered as a stark reminder of the risks faced by those who go down to the sea in ships. Thank you for joining us for this in-depth look at the loss of the HMNZS. It's a complex and tragic story, and our thoughts are with the crew and the entire Royal New Zealand Navy. What are your thoughts on this incident? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more stories from the maritime world. We'll see you in the next one.